Welcome to my neighborhood. Come on inside. You know, in my neighborhood, it's nice to relax, kick back, see my friends. Hi guys. And so today, on this episode, we're gonna chat with you guys about flooring, kitchens, and bathrooms. Go on in. Okay, so we're in the Clearfield Flippy Dippy kitchen, and what we're gonna be talking about that we briefly discussed in episode 1 is more of the design and aesthetic for the kitchen. I'm really excited about the space, but let me tell you, things have definitely changed, and it's something that you should plan for in any flip job, right? We may not be having the opportunity to do it exactly as we thought we were, and definitely with this project, that's the case. So let me tell you about some of the things that we were gonna do and some of the changes that we've made already. So we talked about in episode 1 that we're removing this wall, and we're gonna put an island here, which is actually something we're still considering doing. Now that said, we've decided to have some contractors draw up a couple of different plans that include an L shape, so basically peninsula island, and then just a larger rectangular island with more seating and more storage space. Okay, so let's talk backsplash options. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, what are we doing with the rest of the space? How can we even pick a backsplash? But we already know what's going on, and we're gonna fill you guys in. One of the things that we'd like to do in this backspace with our backsplash is incorporate some sort of white, either stone or tile, and then we definitely want to bring in some geometry, right? We want to bring in something aesthetically pleasing and intriguing to the eye. And so these two were actually my favorite, and I'd really love to know what you guys like best in the comments below. But what I was thinking, and I'll tell you why, with each, we'll start with the hexagon first. I love that this brings in this kind of, geometry that's aesthetically pleasing. It's not overly angular. You can do a lot of fun different ideas with the grout. And this would definitely be a lot more neutral to a very aspire pool. So I'm thinking this could be a really safe bet, but I'm a little bit more excited by this one. Okay, and here's one. So you can see in this one, there is this brass detailing in between the marble. Okay, so this is one of the main differences. This is marble, and this other one is a ceramic tile. So there's a difference in the quality of the material that we're dealing with already. But on display in the store, I saw this with this really cool kind of like gold grout, which makes this really much more of a star pattern that pops. I'm thinking that's probably too bold. So what I think I'd like to do is go with a really soft grout, closer to a white or maybe like a sand tone, so that it really only accents the fact that there are these little pops of brass that are gonna match the hardware on the appliance suite that we purchased. So that said, I'm not sure which one we're gonna do, but I'm pretty excited to find out. Hey, so now I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the flooring options that we're considering for the Clearfield Flippy Dippy. Decided that I think this house feels coastal. I think it's the way to take it, especially if we add some modern and farmhouse hints. We decided to consider a couple of different vendors for the flooring, and ultimately, even though these are really different, you can see in thickness, you can even see in the tone, you can see in some of the cross graining, we decided that this is the material that we're gonna go with for the flooring. I'm excited because we're gonna continue this material throughout the entire upstairs floor, except for in our bathroom, which we're gonna talk about next. So let me know though, do you like the choice that we went with? So we're in the upstairs full bathroom, and we have some very creative, modern, and bold choices that we're gonna be making in the space. This is a tile stone material that basically has a printed on image, so it's gonna be really consistent. And as you can see, it's gonna be really bold, especially if we lay it all across the floor here. So this is a good option, and it's definitely the cheapest as far as per tile piece at $4.99. But that said, actually later we're gonna see some bigger pieces that if you look at the shape in comparison, we're actually getting a better value if we purchase the marble. So we have a very clean line, angular black, and then kind of just like mixed stone, gray and white, for the marble here that we could do as a flooring option in the bathroom. I definitely think this could be really pretty, but my biggest concern is I think this may not be like patterned enough actually for what we're going with, because we don't want to bring in too many straight lines in the space. So the next choice, which is actually one of my favorites, is this one. What I love about this one is it has these really beautiful features here that are then lined in the black, which is going to go really nicely with the modern shower piece that we're going to put in. And then you can see just some really light detailing of the veining in the marble, which is really beautiful. So I'm hoping that this one wins at $19.99 a tile. It'll be a beautiful floor, but definitely pricey to put. Another option, still marble, is kind of a little bit more of the throwback traditional that we would see definitely more towards like the 20s to 40s. What I love about this is that I feel like it has a lot of otherworldly vibes. I think it brings in a cultural feel that is missing in some of today's aesthetic, which I really like seeing in homes with their design. So this is definitely, I'd say, probably my second choice, but I'm really still hoping for the first one that I showed you a second ago. And then this is the last option. This one is actually $25.99 a tile. So when we were talking about that other piece that was actually just like 1/4 of this at $4.99, you can see that this is about $5 more per actual piece, but this is marble. And so to me, I think that kind of makes it almost a no-brainer to switch over to the marble material because it's just gonna feel so luxurious in the space. I can't wait to finish it up.
Hi friends, my name is Shelby and I am Mallory's best friend, video editor, videographer, whatever you want to call me, and we totally forgot to film an outro. So I want to apologize and also thank you for sticking with us while we kind of figure out this whole YouTube thing. Let us know what backsplash tile and floor you like the best, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss an upload. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Take 3. Take 4. Kitchen. It has swivel.